Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Latvia, the Zeltazerk circuit here. Kegums. It's round 5 of the European 250 Championship, EMX 250. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for joining us live on MXGP TV today. We've already seen one race out on track. That was the EMX 250 two-stroke riders presented by FMF Racing. But from here on out, it's the big stuff, the big bikes. 250 Europeans, followed by MX2 and MXGP qualifying to round us out on Saturday here in Latvia. Beautiful part of the world, an hour or so south of Riga, the capital here. Latvia, of course, the largest of the Baltic states, which include Estonia and Lithuania. But this weekend, we've had a bit of a mixed weather day, really, and weather weekend, because 35 degrees when we arrived on Thursday. A thunder, lightning storm and a whole bunch of rain fell on the track Thursday evening. Yesterday was dry, today is dry, but temperatures around 10 or 12 degrees cooler than they were just 2 days ago, and more overcast today. Beautiful blue skies earlier this morning, though. The circuit here, just under 1,800 meters long, running the opposite direction, just like it was a year ago. And as you can see, a sandy-based circuit. They've prepped the track in one or two areas because it's going to be frantic on the opening lap here, but we've also got MX2 and MXGP qualifying a little later on, so be interesting to see how it pans out. This is the run from the second corner, and then it goes to our right over the first crest. But we're almost getting ready to go here. EMX 250 race 1, 25 minutes plus 2 laps will go in about 2.5 minutes time. As we arrive here, Stefan Rubini on the Honda Red Motor Asamotor machine carries the championship leader's red plate for the first time in the 250 class. He is 2 points clear of Alberto Ferrato. So Albi lost that plate last week after picking up a 14th and a 4th. Roman Mostek, though, your overall winner last time out, he moves up to 3rd. He's only 21 points off the lead of Rubini. And with 4 rounds to go, including this one here, followed by Germany, Teushenthal in a week's time, Lommel a little later in the year, and Uddevalla in Sweden. Can he start to close the gap on the leaders? Is he the stronger of the sand riders here? Out of the championship contenders, we'll soon find out, won't we? Well, in time practice group 1, it was Roman Mostek who was fastest. There he is, number 39 on the FNX Racing Team Kawasaki. His time was a 1:54.4, but another Dutchman on the Hutton Metals Yamaha, Ivo Dankers, riding number 10, was fastest in group 2 with a 1:55.1. So that about sort of 7 or 8 tenths of a second, something like that. So it'll be Roman Mostek who will go to the line first, followed by Ivo Dankers. Here is the start list then. Roman Mostek quickest in group 1, Dankers quickest in group 2, and then Lapucci second, Josh Gilbert second in group 2 as well. Then Tropepi, Bastian Bodam, Thibaut Beneston, Jeremy Sido. He had a fantastic ride last week. Isaac Gifting and Rennie Hoffer. Mattia Guadagnini, good to see him wildcarding this weekend, the 125 championship leader. Then we have Caleb Grothus and the rest of the guys. Here is a quick look at the championship leader, 118. Stefan Rubini, Honda Red Motor Asamotor. The new championship leader. 2 race wins in the last 2 rounds. Race 1 in France, race 2 in Russia. But Roman Mostek, FNX Racing Team Kawasaki. There he is. It looks like he's starting in gate number 1 in what is a 180 right-hand turn. Alberto Ferrato, the Maddie Racing Husqvarna rider. Well, see what he can do. He was 7th in group 2, so we'll go to the line around about 14. Thibaut Beneston. We've got a stacked grid here, 40 riders. Expect there to be a little bit of carnage as we go into the first turn. The Fly Racing 15-second board goes up for the first time then this weekend for the 250 riders. Who's it going to be, though, that grabs that all-important pole shot here? The EMX 250 race 1, 25 minutes plus 2. That gets underway now here in Latvia. Riders already making the decision to cut across the back. Everybody safely through that first turn. Sido, I think, who leads. It is 104. Then we've got Roman Mostek right there in second position. Then I think the 261 of Jorgen Matthias Talviku, the Estonian. Then Gilbert number 3 there in 4th place. Then Gianluca Facchetti. And I think Paolo Lagana just behind them as well. So all of a sudden, we are missing Alberto Ferrato. Where is he? He is in about 20th position on this opening lap. Van der Moosdijk, though, quick to the lead. Ziddo there in second. A little bit leggy through that turn there for Jorgen Matthias Talviku as he looks to keep the leaders in check. But it's been a great return for Jeremy Ziddo on the Team Deagle Pro Cross Husqvarna. There he is in second. He had to stretch it out. A bit of a panic rev as he launched up the step up there. Not easy. Gilbert, best start he's had, I think. 4th place. Facchetti just behind him on the SDM Corsa Yamaha. Then Lugano, Benetton gifting Bastien Bodin up to 9. Jimmy Clochet 10. He was a well, where was he actually in the qualifying? Because earlier on in the day he only just scraped through in the free practice in terms of like the top 20, but mid-pack. Timo Prettichen a little bit further back. Where is Ferrato? Is he making moves, yes or no? He's 22nd at the moment. Where is Rubini? Rubini in 17th place. So again, the two championship leaders, we've got Wave Jellos. Is that at the end of the wave section? Wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe in the right-hander just opposite, but Benetton going after the number 3 of Gilbert. So Benetton working his way from 7th to 5th on this opening lap. Here he is coming towards us now, the number 98, behind the guy in red, number 3, Gilbert. He's got himself a new gear bag full of Alpine Stars clothing this weekend after his kit went missing a week ago. So Gilbert 4th, Benetton here is in 5th place. The silky smooth Frenchman on the MJC Europe Yamaha. Just behind him, the SDM Corsa Yamaha, number 22 of Gianluca Facchetti. Isaac Gifting charging up the inside of the number 10 of Dankers, I think, or is that Dankers coming through? Probably Dankers coming through from 14th, and he is picking riders off. So 14th as he hit the line at the first lap, 3 corners from the start line area, and he now moves himself up into 8th place. The guy in yellow for the Hutton Metals Yamaha squad. Handful of gas as he goes through. So Van der Moosdijk, the quickest rider on track, 2.5 seconds clear already of Jeremy Ziddo. Then Talviku, Gilbert 4, Benetton 5, Facchetti 6, Gifting 7. 8 is Dankers, 9 Bastien Bodin, and then we have René Hoffer in 10th place. 11th for Paolo Lugano, then in 12th we have Elsinger, then Rubini, then Caleb Protheus, Cornelius Toorndal, Michael Ivanov, Giuseppe Troppepi, Rasmussen, Dovidas Kaka, and Albi Ferrato. Well, that will change things up a little bit then, won't it? Because if they were to put the flag out now, of course they're not going to with 21.5 minutes plus 2 to go. Rubini, 173, Van der Moosdijk, 169, Ferrato, 164. That's Rasmussen, his teammate in red. Rubini, championship leader, just coming out of this next left-hander into the waves now. So at the end of the wave section, the 118, Rubini, and there is Ferrato, just a few places behind him. And René Hoffer's been off track. He rejoins. So just behind these guys here, this should be the championship leader of Rubini. But how far behind? Here he is coming towards us now. Rubini in red. In the already going down past pit lane now under the foxhole shot. So there is Rubini. He's your championship leader. He'll probably know that Ferrato is already behind him. But that's not the danger right here. The danger is Van der Moosdijk. Van der Moosdijk, who's sitting in 3rd in the championship before we came here, 19 off of 2nd, Ferrato, and 21 off of this guy here, Rubini. And he is leading the way at the moment. So both Rubini and Ferrato need to keep cool, calm heads for the next 20 minutes plus 2 laps. Of course, not going to be easy when you know your championship leader's red plate is on the line. Yeah, looking across, wants to see where everybody is and who everybody is that's ahead of him. Here's your leader of the championship, Stefan Rubini, 118, Honda Red Motor, Asa Motor. He is in 10th place. Behind him, Rick Elsinger, 172, SDM Corsa Yamaha. And ahead of him, you've got Bastien Bodin from Denmark. So 3:02 of Cornelius Toondell. Hodis Husqvarna trying to give chase to these two guys here, and Paolo Lugano there, the number 50, or is that Caleb Grothew's actually just, yeah, Grothew's the 60, and then Ferrato, big elbows here. There he is, the 101, or 303 I should say, 101. Where's Guadagnini actually, his teammate? There in 23rd place, and he's the 125 European Championship leader, wild carding this weekend in EMX 250. Just looking down the leaderboard, Jimmy Clochet out of the points in 28th position, so Clochet 6th in the championship. Right, Dankers has found his way past the number 3 of Josh Gilbert on the Bill-based Honda. So moving up to 5th place, 4th place. He's already found his way past Benetton as well, has he? Yeah, he has, because Benetton just behind the number 3 here. So Van der Moosdijk now leads, Sido 2nd, Talvico 3rd, Dankers in yellow is in 4th here on the Hooter Metals Yamaha. So Talvico just ahead of him on the A1M Husqvarna. So 261, oh, a bit of a kick there for Dankers, lost his footing going into that turn on the left peg. This is how he passed Gilbert. Rivo Dankers. Gilbert tried to squeeze him down, but nicely done there from Dankers, just made light work. Cut straight across to the inside, and he continues to close riders down. Talvico just ahead of him, but Van der Moosdijk, the fastest rider on track by a considerable margin, or not that much actually, because 159, 159.2 by Van der Moosdijk. Sido 201, Talvico 203. Dankers here, the second rider in shot, currently 4th in the race, at 159 also. They are the only two guys sub 2 minutes. No one else actually circulating in the 2-minute zone, just 201s. Gnarly wave section here. Can you get this right? Can you go double-double? Yes, Dankers gets over there. Looking to establish himself here in EMX 250. Rivo Dankers, 17th in the championship, a 5th in race 2 last week in Russia. That's as high up the leaderboard as we've seen him, so one position better this weekend. But the Dutch rider, no stranger to riding sand, of course, the Estonians as well, the Latvians. Also no stranger to riding sand. Working our way towards the end of lap 4, just looking to get a little bit intuitive there. Whoa, too much gas at the rear wheel. Dankers spins up a little bit. Facchetti is down to 11th now, gifting up to 7th. So obviously a mistake for the Italian. Nervous look over the shoulder there from number 10, Rivo Dankers. Getting pushed past the corner there as he came in a break. But Van der Moosdijk out in a world of his own at the moment, 6 seconds clear of Sido. Sido clear of Talvico. So, battle for 3rd is going to be 3 riders, because Gilbert right there, looking like he's closing back in on these two. Of Jorgen Matthias Talvico and Rivo Dankers. Dankers goes long, jumps across, and moves himself into 3rd. So good riding there from Dankers. Gilbert may have seen that, thinks okay, there's Benetton. Here is Gifting just behind them, and then Rubini now up into 8th place. Oh damn, just there in the KTM behind in 9th. Then we've got Cornelius Toondell. 11th is Rick Elsinger, 12th Facchetti, 13 Grothew's, 14 Alberto Ferrato. Struggling here in Latvia. René Hofer is 15. Nick Lapucci, Giuseppe Trapeppi, Michael Ivanov, Raf Muirson, Paolo Lugano. There, top 20 as Rubini looks to go around the outside of Isaac Gifting here, the Swede. Number 517 on that KTM. can't afford to switch off here, Rubini. You'll know that Ferrato is behind him, but... And the Mostek, as we said earlier, the danger man. He's already over the line, almost 7 seconds clear of Sido now. Right, Gifting, Rubini. Hit the monster energy finish line, 7th and 8th, just ahead of him on the Yamaha Thibaut Beneston, a couple of seconds further around the track. But Rubini has to be aggressive, has to be forceful, has to catch and go, can't afford to sit behind and utilize the same kind of lines as the guys ahead of him. Doing just that this time around, goes high and wide. Oh, got to be careful there. Right, doesn't get over that double, that step down. All of a sudden, you're into the side of the machine. Yeah, nervous look for Gifting. He'll see that it's a championship leader, and he'll think, you know what? Beating the championship leader here. Try and maintain those lines. The corner got flattened before this race. Right, Rubini gets off the back of that Honda. Jumps to the inside. He'll have a different exit combination at the end of this straight here. Struggling to find his way past Isaac Gifting, though. Gifting didn't score at the first 2 rounds, 10th overall in France. Wasn't in Russia a week ago. Right, Beneston has caught Gilbert. Number 98, Yamaha, MJC Europe. Putting in a hard charge here with 12.5 minutes plus 2 to go. EMX 250 race 1 here in Latvia. Currently there in 6th position. Right, Rubini has found his way past Gifting. All of a sudden, Talfiku coming under pressure in 4th place from Gilbert. And Beneston. All over the line, about a second apart, each of them. Got to be easy on the gas. Oh, and Gifting's bike's gone bang. So that's probably why Rubini was able to find a way through eventually, because the thing was starting to lock up on him. Got to be careful not to overjump that jump. You see the braking bumps on the other side. Landing them front end first, you're going to know about it. Real jumpy section. Over on that far side, working their way back in towards the infield. Great drive this from Beneston. He looks to go around the outside of Gilbert. Gilbert reads it well, then goes defensive in the very next turn. Beneston couldn't get on the power. And that's messed him up, and that's going to allow Rubini to close in on the young French rider, number 98, ahead of him. And again, not clean at the end of the wave section either. And Rubini getting ready to pounce here. Looked like Gilbert was just braking traction there as he hit the berm in the background. 2-wheel drift. So Rubini just here in red. Bastien Baudin not going anywhere behind him. 4:03. WZ Racing KTM rider. And Beneston not going anywhere either. Homing in on Gilbert. Seven laps complete. 10 minutes plus 2 to go, or thereabouts. EMX 250 race 1 here in Latvia at Kegums. Roman Mostek now 8.5 seconds clear on his FNX Racing Kawasaki. Jeremy Sido, Team Diga Pro Cross Husqvarna, is in 2nd place. And he has about 11 seconds over 3rd place of Rivo Dankers on the Metals Yamaha, riding number 10, but his charge coming to a temporary halt, not able to do anything about the two guys ahead of him, but he is about 3 or 4 seconds quicker or clear of Jorgen Matthias Talvico on the A1M Husqvarna. 211 here, Nick Lapucci. So the Steele's Dr. Jack KTM rider operating in 13th place, just behind Cor. Oh, and Ferrato charging down the inside of Bastien Bodin. All of a sudden, Rubini will be the next man on his list, Ferrato. So Rubini about 3 seconds, 4 seconds clear of Ferrato at the end of lap 7. We're coming towards the end of lap 8 shortly. Ferrato, you see, he's caught and passed and left behind the 403 of Bodin, but you go wide on this shot in a minute, just behind Gilbert. Here is Rubini now. Ferrato has closed in fast, so just behind these two. See Rubini and Ferrato. They're going to be locked together any moment now, so that'll be interesting at the top of the championship chase. There's Rubini in the corner just behind these two. And then Ferrato, he'll be coming towards us any moment now, just there in white. So Rubini looking to find his way past the number 3 of Gilbert. Gilbert goes the outside, hits all the accelerating bumps on the run up towards the finish line. As Bennett looking to go past Talvico. Oh, Ferrato's closing in, isn't he? There's Rubini, there's Gilbert, then Ferrato, just behind these two. Championship as it stands right now, Rubini on 179, Ferrato 176, Van der Moosdijk 169. Bennett trying to get alongside. Jorgen Matthias Talvico scrubs neatly. The work is not done yet. Going to be a drag race towards the end of the straight. He's got no other choice but to go wide. He makes the pass stick and moves in at 4th place. Gilbert just getting caught, pass there by Ferrato, not quite. Here's Ferrato over on the right-hand side, 303 on the Maddie Racing Husqvarna. Nicely done through the waves. Gets the power down at the rear wheel, just picks off another rider. This time it's Gilbert. Gilbert now down at 8th place. Oh, here we go. Rubini and Ferrato. Oh, Ferrato tries to get into the side, and Rubini looks across and, whoa, hang on a minute, where did you come from? Earlier on in the race, he was probably told he was in 22nd position. Watch this here. Well, if Rubini didn't know that Ferrato was there, he does now. The Italian just buried his wheels. Game on then. 6 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Talvico, Rubini and Ferrato. It'll be 4th, 5th and 6th as they hit the line this time around at the end of lap 9. Talvico needs to get a hurry on here, or Rubini does. Good couple of corners there for the French rider there. 118 over on the left right now as we look at it, because he just dropped Ferrato there coming out of those couple of turns. Has to switch it up, goes the long way around here. Ferrato getting right back onto the rear wheel. Talvico just trying to stay ahead, but Rubini, just like Bennett a lap ago, staying lower. Talvico tried to get underneath the Frenchie. Didn't quite work out for him. Decided to pull out of the challenge last minute. Looking for the momentum. Rubini, it works for him. Gets good drive through the early part of the wave section, but Ferrato having to switch it to the outside this time around. Here he is. Oh, he almost gets unseated as he comes into land as well. Ferrato just muscles that Husky 250. Keeps that momentum going. Is he going to put the squeeze at the end of the straight here? Yes, he does. Drops in neatly, and he's almost back on the rear wheel of Rubini once again, who messes up turn one. Buries his Honda just a little too deep. He goes tight here. Ferrato's going to keep that momentum. So Van der Moosdijk, he's already over the line. 10 laps in his books. 12 seconds clear of Sido. Danker's making his run towards the line now. And he is another 10 seconds behind. And we've got Bennett on the line. Then Rubini, Ferrato. Championship now looks like this after 10 laps. Rubini moves to 181. Ferrato, 178. So it's a three-pointer at the moment. Van der Moosdijk still on 169. Which one of these two is going to blink first? Here's your race leader. Van der Moosdijk, FNH Racing Team, looking good at the moment. But... legs off. Whoa. Very lucky to stay up on that one then, Rowan. Through the wave section. Wouldn't be the first rider to get caught out there this weekend. This is not second. This is a guy who's a lap down, 5:05, Arlo Luning. Actually got in as a reserve then, so somebody not making the grid. Jeremy Sido, Team Digger Pro Cross Husqvarna. Looking very good, the German. Came back to racing last weekend in Russia after injury. Moved himself up to 19th with a 5th and an 8th. And Rubini has found his way past Ferrato. Ferrato takes a look across, not once but twice, 3 times, looking to defend the left-hander. Well, this will be frustrating for Rubini then, because everything he'll try from now on will just get squashed. And if you are thinking of going down the inside of Alberto Ferrato, you best be armed with some serious force, because he's one unit. And he's going to be a big lump to shift out of the way. So the championship then, down to 1 point. Rubini on 180, Ferrato 179. Ferrato with the advantage as he goes after Thibaut Benestan. That'll be for 2 points more. 18 for 4th, 16 for 5th. They're the points on the table at the moment for Benestan and Ferrato. So Ferrato finds his way past the 98 ahead of him. And Rubini stays where he is. All of a sudden, Ferrato, 1 point clear at the top of the championship table. And Rowan Van der Moosdijk, the race leader, 13 seconds clear of Jeremy Sido. He'll be thinking, well, as long as you guys keep stealing points from each other, take that all day long. Thank you very much. Heavy landing there for Ferrato. Landing in all the back roost on the downside of that tabletop. Just forced him forward upon landing. Rubini having to throw everything here at Ferrato, but Ferrato works his way through the traffic. He was 22nd at the end of the first lap. Danker's going out of sight. He's in 3rd. This is 4th and 5th. And look at the distance that Ferrato has put between himself and Rubini. Has a cautionary glance across, but Benestan goes defensive on that Yamaha. Benestan holding a nice tight line there, but Ferrato just looking to work every inch of the racetrack as he goes after 4th position here. 12 laps done. EMX 250 race 1. It's going to be 3 laps to go. Van der Moosdijk almost 14 seconds clear, not doing his championship any harm at all. Ferrato. And the Husky picks up there as he comes into land. He'll cut to the inside. And down the inside of the Frenchman. Bennett tries to counter with a long landing. Ferrato will have the line at the end of the straight though. And he'll charge up the inside, and he runs the Frenchman wide as well. All of a sudden, Ferrato now into 4th place. Just watch this, commanded the inside. That's all it took to move to 4th. The guy in yellow ahead of him is Ryvo Dankers. All of a sudden he's looking at 3rd. Here's Ferrato and Matty Racing Husky. Here's Dankers, here's Ferrato. A couple riders back, Beniston, and then in that bottom corner, Rubini. Rubini, no answer to Ferrato this time around. And this guy here keeps on 2 wheels from here till the end of the race. We'll be back in control of the championship. But it's Roman Amosdijk, FNH Racing, who hits the line. And he is 13, 14 seconds clear of Jeremy Sido. Diga Procross, Asvana. Gianluca Facchetti not having a great time. Saw him briefly during the MX2 time practice session. He said, is everything okay? He said, no, my back hurts, my arm hurts. And that's not from his crash in Russia. He's had another off in the week as the SDM Corsa Yamaha rider. Here's Sido. Looking good this year, despite missing the first 3 rounds due to injury. Definitely looks comfortable on the bike and with the team. Well, this guy can't afford to switch off. He had 3 seconds over Ferrato at the start of the lap. Ferrato is just going to keep pushing and pushing. Just outside of the points, James Carpenter, one of the British guys making the run for GPR MX team, Husqvarna. Right, Ryvo Dankers still hanging on to 3rd. This will be his best race result of the year so far, but closing in fast behind him. The big boy, the big man, Albi Ferrato. Will he have enough time? Just over a lap to go. Van der Moosdijk already starting his final lap. A walk in the park for the Dutchman. Hit the front early. And he's been on cruise control ever since. Gap 13 seconds over Jeremy Sido. Sido just to the side of the building there. But this is the battle for 3rd. Rider in, oh, and missed a gear. Dankers, he was in 3rd and in control of 3rd, but Ferrato blasts up the inside. He took full advantage of that mishap from Dankers. He'd already hooked neutral, and then, well, both riders lucky not to bang bars there. Ferrato all of a sudden up to 3rd then. Be 2 more points. So move, what, 3 clear of Rubini. Here's Rowan van der Moosdijk. Put the hard yards in early. Oh, Jimmy Clochet's down as he comes through this chicane. He was outside of the points anyway. The Bud Racing Kawasaki rider. And this is what happened to Jimmy Clochet. Comes into land, loses the front, yeah, and then, oh, violent, got slammed down. Picked himself up, but sixes and sevens, a bit like Bambi on ice. Anyway, 2 corners to go. This one and that sweeping left for Rowan van der Moosdijk, the FNH Racing Team rider, number 39. He's coming into some kind of form, isn't he? And he's becoming a real threat for the European Championship title. He wins race 1 here in Latvia, and that's his 3rd race win of the season. And he wins it comfortably as well. No one else even in the same postcode. Sido over the line now in 2nd, but Ferrato, fantastic ride through the field to get 3rd. And he'll be pleased with that. He'll know that he's taken points out of Rubini, but neither of he or Rubini can afford to switch off, because Van der Moosdijk is only 14 points off the lead. Here's Rubini. He'll go back to the drawing board. Wonder what he needs to do to combat Van der Moosdijk, Sido, Ferrato, Dankers, Bennett, the top 5 that beat him here in race 1. Bastian Bodam comes through in 7th place, Nick Lapucci 8th, Rennie Hoffer 9, Rick Elzinger 10, getting passed by Hoffer on the final lap. Then Josh Gilbert coming home 12th, just behind Jorgen Matthias Talviku. There's Trepepi, 2:23. And then Guadagnini. We'll be pleased just to get some time out on that 250. Anyway, here's Lisa Leyland with our 3-time race winner this year, Rowan van der Moosdijk.
Rowan van der Moosdijk, congratulations. A good start leading every lap of that race. You made it look easy and a very comfortable win. How was it from your seat?
Yeah, I got a very good start. My bike got good out of the gate, and yeah, after 3 corners I was in the lead and I led the whole moto. That was really nice. But I still felt my riding was not that good. I made one big mistake that I almost crashed. So then, from then on, I said, yeah, control the race and be ready for tomorrow. I want to say thank you to everybody around my team. See you guys tomorrow.
Good luck for tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey! Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, good job, Rowan van der Moosdijk, FNH Racing Team. Kawasaki rider just cruising, leading every one of those 15 laps, but through this section here, with a few laps to go, had a bit of a scare. Back end came around on him, the front, he lost his footing. From that moment, he just said, okay, let's just bring it home. He's still 14 seconds clear, though, by the time the checkered flag fell, for his 3rd race win of the season. Official confirmation then, EMX 250 race 1 here in Latvia. Rowan van der Moosdijk, your winner from Jeremy Sido. Alberto Ferrato, fine charge through the field for 3rd. Rybo Dankers 4, Beniston 5, Rubini 6, Bodam and Lapucci. Hoffer 9, Elzinger 10, Talviku 11, Gilbert 12, Trepepi 13, Guadagnini, Cornelius Tondel was 15, Michael Ivanov, Tim Edberg, Simeo Ubak, Hakan Fredriksson and Timur Petrosyan. He was pretty rapid last week, actually, Petrosyan. All right, bit of calm out there. 1 or 2 areas getting prepped. Take a look at the highlights, though, shall we, from EMX 250 race 1. Just looking to see where Van der Moosdijk came from. He was over on gate number 1, over on the far right-hand side of the gate left as we look down. It was Sido, though, who came out swinging. Van der Moosdijk right there in 2nd. Talviku was 3rd. Gilbert a good start in 4th, but as quick as that turn there, we already had a new leader. Here was Ferrato. He was buried in around about 20th odd position on the opening laps of the race with a serious amount of work to do. Rubini was just a few positions ahead of him. Dankers, though, got on the gas as he was on the charge, getting ready to pass Talviku here for 3rd place on his Hutton Metals Yamaha. Then Rubini found his way past Isaac Gifting. And then Gifting's bike, something happened there, but we did see him just riding off a little later on in the race. Hard and aggressive, no other way for the 303 to get through as he made a charge up the inside of Bastien Baudin. And then Ferrato on Gilbert. Rubini with his move on Talviku. And then shortly after that, Ferrato also found his way past the Estonian. And then past Rubini. All of a sudden, these guys were looking at a top three, but Ferrato it was who had the urgency up the inside of Benetton to take fourth. Sido was safe in second. And a mistake there for Raivo Dankers. That allowed Ferrato just to get vital drive as he moved into third on the final lap. But no one was going to stop this guy, the number 39, Ram van der Moosdijk, from taking his third race win of the season here in Latvia. Okay, local time here is just coming up to 4:42. And in about 3 minutes' time, we'll be back with EMX, with the MX2 qualifying race. Enjoy the best moments between now and then, though. See you in a moment.